flight crew, welcome back. It's Thursday. I hope you guys had a great Wednesday. Flight crew, I hope you did. That was our day off, obviously. No flying. I had a great Wednesday. Had a nice, went to the pool. It's hot out here in Phoenix, you guys. I don't know if you know, it's like 117, 118 degrees today. Yesterday got up to 119. Definitely at the pool. Definitely trying to cool off. But hey, we're back. It's Thursday. I'm ready to fly. Hope you guys are ready to fly. And you just welcome to the stream. If you just got to the stream, welcome. I call everybody who's viewing flight crew. You guys are my flight crew. If I do something wrong or if I forget something, you guys can call me out and say, hey, don't forget to do that. That's my flight crew. So anyway, yeah, if you welcome aboard, I am your captain, Phoenix Black Knight, and I am your host as well for today's stream on the Xbox S series, Microsoft Flight Simulator, everybody. Once again, welcome aboard. Last time we flew, you guys, we've flown and touched down in Austin, Texas, out of Monterrey, Mexico. Today's flight, we're leaving from Austin, Texas, going into New Orleans, Louisiana. This flight was actually recommended from us from one of our flight crew on board, Renee. Renee actually recommended this flight and said it would be a fun flight. She's wanted to see it. So, went upon the recommendation. It is a flight that flies out of Austin, Texas, and it is also a flight that goes into New Orleans. So, since it's a real world flight, we're able to do it. So, give a shout out to our flight crew member, Renee. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being on board. And thanks for traveling along with the storyline. I really do appreciate that, Renee, from Phoenix Black Knight to you. Thank you so much. Okay, flight crew. So with that being said, let's go outside so you can see. So before we jump in the flight, I do have to tell you guys, I did buy new levers for the 320. 320 Neos. New levers, which means this is a new lever, which means it looks like the original one we had with the sound. I know, but let me tell you, this airplane, the sounds of it, the sounds of the APU starting up, the sounds of the engine sound a lot better on just the default Neos that we were flying, like the Southwest planes, the JetBlues, the Frontiers. Those are all default planes. This default plane, the engines sound better than those default. Obviously doesn't sound good as the Payware, the Delta Payware that we have, but I figured I want you guys to hear the APU on this inside the cabin and the engine start inside the cabin. It actually sounds pretty cool if you have your sound and bass on, listening it inside the cabin. So anyway, we're flying this lever because we got it, and there's an old school Delta one that's really cool. We're going to break out on Sunday. This is the next time we go live is Sunday, guys. This is it for the week. I didn't even realize that till now. It's Thursday. This is our last flight of the week until Sunday when we start up the next week. So we got to make this one count, actually. Let's make this one count, flight crew. So let's do it. Let's jump inside the plane. Let's get to the captain's seat to the captain view. Got SimBrief pulled up here. Once again, we are always Delta 6242. We are in Austin, Texas. We're going to take off and go to, we're taking off and going into New Orleans. And we're in the Airbus 320 Neo. Today's date is July 20th, 2023. Departure time 7:25 in the morning. They expect us there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Air time they gave us on SimBrief is 1 hour and 7 minutes. Block time they gave us to finish the flight on SimBrief is 1 hour and 35 minutes. Cruising altitude on today's flight, they have us up at 39,000 feet for today's flight. 39,000 feet. Distance for flying is 409 nautical miles. Wind right now is at 07 knots. We'll see if it stays that way. Passengers on today's flight, 183 passengers on today's flight. Bulk fuel for today's flight, 12,960 pounds. Cargo, 10,065 pounds. And our total payload is 42,090 pounds. Right now, we are wells down in Austin, Texas. When we go to take off, we're going to be taking off a runway 18 right out of Austin with the transition of ILEXY. And when we go into New Orleans, we're going to do Daddy is a transition down to runway 11. They want us down runway 11. Runway 11 flight crew will be an ILS runway. So we will expect ILS to be up and functioning. If ILS is not up and functioning, we will go to plan B, which will be PAPIs, and we'll go 2 red on PAPIs. And if push comes to shove for some weird reason, if PAPIs are not working, we'll go VOR, which is a visual flight, VFR, which is visual flight rules, and we'll do visual on the approach. But I believe ILS will work, and if not, we'll at least have PAPIs for sure. So, okay, flight crew, let's jump over to the weather real quick. Right now in Austin, Texas, it's a hot one. It's 102 degrees with clear skies in Austin, Texas. 102 degrees in Austin, Texas with clear skies. When we go into New Orleans, we look at 94 degrees with partly sunny skies is what it says. 94 degrees and partly sunny going into New Orleans. Okay, flight crew, you guys have been brief. I've been brief as well. Let's go ahead and get this plane ready for passengers. I don't even think that jetway is going to reach us, you guys. I've been wrong before, but I don't think it's going to be. So we're already starting off to a little. You got to love the loads, right? All right, so let's make sure our AI co-pilot is turned off. So we're going to go ahead and make sure they're turned off. Yep, perfect. They loaded the first time. All right, slide over here to the middle of the plane, and let's go ahead and turn on our external power right here. External power is turned on. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU bleed. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU master. Since it's 102 degrees, let's turn on the APU start so we get the airflow going, get the air conditioning going. So go ahead and listen to the APU start up on this, you guys. Inside the cockpit. Go ahead, listen. You just hear that fan kick on right there? The plane is kick on? Oh, that's awesome. We don't get that sound in the regular Neos. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but in the regular Neos, we don't get that sound. So that's actually a really cool feature that they added on this payware. Okay, so we got the APU up. Let's go over here and get our engine pumps on for now. Perfect. We'll leave the batteries off because we are going to run on external power. Let's go ahead and hit our ATC on the line menu. Let's get our ground services and let's get our GPU connected to the plane. Let's get Austin ground on the line. Let's go ahead and get our GPU right there. Let's get rid of that for a second. Let's go ahead and illuminate all the buttons and knobs up here. No smoking sign comes on at this time. Fasten the seatbelt sign comes on at this time. Let's get our nav and logo light on. And then let's go ahead and get our beacon light on at this time. Perfect. Let's jump back into the captain's seat to the captain view. Let's go ahead and see if we can start the boarding process. Let's see how this jetway does. Let's request the jetway to be connected. At this time, let's hit our AI co-pilot. He can be turned on at this time, so let's turn him on. Perfect. Alright, moment of truth, JD. Can you make it? First off, where is JD? He's not even driving. This is not a payware airport. Austin, Texas. So, interesting. Unless he's right there. Nope. JD did not load today. He must have took the day off. Mental health day. Look at this thing. It actually, heads up. Alright. Great start, flight crew. We are off to a great start. Okay, so jetway's right there. We'll just pretend that it's connected. Now let's go ahead and get our plane ready for passengers. Let's go from our front displays right to the left. Let's go ahead and get them bright as always. Perfect. Left display, let's get that bright as well. There we go. Let's slide down over here. We don't need our floodlights on because this is a morning flight like I mentioned, so we'll go ahead and just turn on. We'll just illuminate all the buttons right down here in the middle console. And let's slide over here in the middle as always. Let's get the terrain on. Let's get our flight directory on so we know we're going the right way. Informational map, leave it on ARC. Nautical range, leave it on 10 miles until we're above 10,000 feet. Speed, we're going to keep it in the managed position. Heading, we'll keep it in the managed position. Get the altitude here in a second, and then we'll climb. We will climb at 2,000 feet per minute on this one. On this flight, 2,000 feet per minute, and then the FMC, let's go ahead and just get all these buttons illuminated and lit it up as well. Alright, that's the way we like. Let's go back to the captain's seat. Let's go back. Let's do our captain view, which is going to be... Actually, it's just going to be right here. We're just going to scoot forward a little bit. Right there. Okay. Flight crew, I like that. Let's jump outside the plane. Let's do some plane watching as baggage crew and catering services get on their way. So let's jump back outside the plane. Let's see what we got going on. There's nothing that way. Looks like we got this angle, flight crew. Looks like we got that. Alright, let's go to ATC on the line. Let's get the ground back on the line. Let's go ahead and get our catering services on their way. Catering truck has been accepted. Let's go ahead and get the baggage services going as well. Alright, let's get that out of the way since the baggage services is coming. Not really much going on in Austin, Texas right now, right, flight crew? Ain't nothing really going on. All right, here's some plane engines, but I don't see anything moving. Pan to the right. It's probably right there. American Airlines 2780. All right, real quick, flight crew. Let's jump back inside the plane. Let's turn our batteries on. Actually, we don't need to yet. Baggage crew hasn't even started. What's going on with baggage crew? He's having problems backing up. All right, we'll just go off of a catering service then. Oh, look at that. There we go. JSX 211 coming in. Yeah, it looks like he's having problems. So we'll just go off of catering services. As soon as catering services is done, we'll get our GPU disconnected and we'll get our clearance into New Orleans. All right, there they go. Catering services wrapping up. Let's go ahead and jump back inside the plane now. Let's go ahead and get our ATC back on the line. Let's go ahead and hit back, and our AI should take over from there. Which he did. Perfect. We should go ahead and get our altitude here in a second to New Orleans. See what they want us to climb up to. And our departure frequency. One 120.75 squawk. Here we go. 120.750 is our departure frequency. Oh, so 875. Oh, 875. 120.875. Okay, got it. They want us to only climb up to 7,000 feet, so we're going to go ahead and leave that in the managed position on the takeoff. Then we'll take over on the climb position after that. So 7,000 feet, put that in the managed climb position, so we got that zeroed out, so that's managed. Managed speed, which we want is heading, which what we wanted we've set up earlier. Perfect. Our V speed's going to be 153 knots. If we're all set there, let's look up here. Go ahead and turn our battery 1 and battery 2 on now. Let's go ahead and turn off our external power from the outside. Let's go ahead and get our GPU. GPU's already disconnected because we contacted with tower, so we don't have to worry about that. We will disconnect the jetway now, so let's go ahead and say goodbye to nobody. Jetway is disconnected. Jetway is now cleared. Let's go ahead and request our pushback. American Airlines 2780. 2111. What, didn't that just park? Yeah, didn't that Gen X11, didn't that just park like right here? Hey, no, maybe that didn't. Okay, I thought they did. Pushback's connected. Let's jump back inside the plane real quick. Let's release that parking brake. Parking brake is released. Pushback is engaged. Go ahead. That guy's gonna get hit. What is this? Flight crew, I really hope when Microsoft Flight 24 comes out next year, they fix some of these little glitches, man. I hope they don't have stuff like that. I hope they look at this one as a foundation, like, okay, perfect foundation. We just tweak this and this, we got the perfect game, right? Alright, flight crew. There's the end of the pushback. We got to come back in the captain's seat to the captain view. We're going to go ahead and turn on our fasten the seatbelt signs. We're going to look. Ground crew is outside of the under the plane. They are out from out under the plane. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put our start normal position to the start position on our engine mode, and let's go ahead and start engine 2. And like I said before, I'm going to want you guys to hear the engine start up inside the plane, not outside. So we're going to stay inside in the cockpit on this one. Engine 2. want you guys to hear the beginning part where it goes. Hopefully, you guys have heard that. Hopefully, you did. We'll go outside so you can see engine 2 start up. Well, okay, let's go ahead and start engine 2. Okay, Del. Engine 1 is coming up. We got clearance to taxi. Runway lights come on. Let's go to our nose light. Goes to our taxi light at this time. Taxi ribbon should pop up. It did. Perfect. Engine 2 is at 20% and holding and available. That's what we're looking for. Engine 1 is at 11%. Looking for it to go one more. There's 12%. Let's check our flaps. Flaps, let's bring those down. Spoilers, let's bring those up. Let's pan around. Spoilers are up in arm. Flaps are moving downwards. I can see them and verify. Perfect. Let's jump back inside the plane. Flaps, 10% for takeoff and taxi. Spoilers, let's get those armed for takeoff. Engine mode back to the normal position. Let's go up and turn on our APU. APU comes off. I didn't mean to hit our de-icing. We don't need that on. APU master comes off. Where is our ground crew? There they are. Thumbs up. Salute. Look at that flight crew. They haven't filled our gate yet. Usually this thing's filled with another plane already. Wow. Alright, dome light off. We do have a beacon light on. Nav and logo light is on. We do have our runway light on, and we do have our nose light to the taxi position. We are good to taxi, and we are going, looks like we're going to the left, obviously. Let's go to left. Engine some power. I'm going to activate the parking brake for us. I'm going to release the parking brake. Forward momentum, let's turn the plane. Flight crew, let's say bye to Austin, Texas. Host for us for 24 hours. Actually, going into New Orleans, get some hurricanes, right? Po' boys. What else are they known for? The jazz. Go check out some jazz clubs. Like that's what they're. You got the Mississippi. If you like that type of stuff, right? What else do they got there? They got tons of stuff. They got voodoo. Go check out witchcraft. Like you go check all that stuff out. Gypsy stuff, right? Tons of stuff down in New Orleans. Let's take it outside. Austin, Texas. Look at that shadow, flight crew. Look at the shadow of our plane. Alright, let's jump back inside. Where was that one plane at? Is he coming? No, he's close. We're fine. Missing some texturing. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to us. Oh, looks like we're okay. You know, for default airport, they did add a lot of stuff to it for it being default. I feel like there's other airports we have flown into that definitely didn't have this much stuff to it. Delta 2500. One of the family members about ready to take off. Put on the brakes here a little bit, slow down the plane as we make this turn to the left. What we got going on here? We're going to stop short a little bit. We'll be second for departure, flight crew. Yeah, it looks like we'll be second for departure. Was he already pulling up to go? Perfect. I'll wait that long. We're going to put our engines in the neutral position. We got enough momentum to make it there. Engines in the neutral position. Go ahead and slow down the plane. 18 right, this is us. Let's go ahead and activate our parking brake. Roger, Tower Delta 6242. We will hold short runway 18 right. Alright, we're going to hold short, but let's get our lights out of the way. Runway lights, let's turn those off. Landing lights go to the on position. Nose light goes to the takeoff position. Let's turn our wing lights on, and then we'll also turn on our strobe light as well. Roger, Tower Delta 6242. Line up and wait. Alright, they want us to line up and wait. Give the engine power. Releasing the parking brake. Go ahead and turn the plane to the left, and we will line up. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down the plane. Engines in the neutral position. Let's go ahead and stop. Parking brake, let's set it again. Flaps are at 10% for takeoff, check. Spoilers up and armed, check. Engine in the neutral position, check. Lights are all on but runway lights, check. Ready when they tell us to go. Roger, Tower, altimeter 29.95. Clear for takeoff, Delta 6242. Alright, flight crew, let's go. Here we go. Engines to 50. Releasing parking brake. Actually 40, I apologize. There's 40. We have momentum. Now let's put our engines to 50. Engines at 50%. And they are holding. Going up a light, coming down the same way. Look to the right. Engines flex. Listen to that sound, you guys. Just listen to that. That is awesome. 100 knots. 120 commit. V1 rotating 15 degrees. We got positive climb, that's gears up. We're gonna follow our flight directory. immediate turn, flight crew. Just follow the flight trajectory. Still my plane. Straighten out. Bring it back. Nice and easy. Dip the nose of the plane, flight crew. Beautiful. 3,700 feet. Let's prepare flight crew to transition to the autopilot at 4,500 feet. Right now, just passing 4,000 feet. (4,500 feet). Flight crew was prepared for transition to the autopilot, taking the nose of the plane down. Transitioning. Autopilot is engaged. Let's get our climbing restriction up to 2,500 feet. And let's get our spoilers down. Let's see results of our product. Alright, let's grab our speed. We're going to pump it up to 210 knots. We'll still keep it at flaps 1. 210 knots is entered. (210 knots). We have reached. Perfect. Beautiful climb. 6,500 feet, still climbing to 7,000 feet. Now that we're at 7,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and hit our flaps. Let's do this first. Let's go. Let's wait for our next vector. Hang on 1,000. Oh, there we go. They want us up to 13,000 feet, so we're going to hit 13,000 feet. Put that in the managed position. Roger, tower. Climb and maintain flight level 13,000 feet, Delta 6242. Yeah, now let's go flaps clean on this. Perfect. The nose of the plane is going to come up a little bit. There it is. And now let's go ahead and hit this in the managed position. It should take us up to 250 knots. We're being lazy pilots today, flight crew. We're not doing our own speed until we get down to the descent. We're going to go manage. Look outside. Still climbing. Look at that climb. Look how smooth we are. Roger, tower. Altimeter 29.94, Delta 6242. Coming up on 10,000 feet, let's ring the seatbelt sign one time to release the crew so they can prepare for services. Also, let's get our lights ready for free climb. Which means our landing lights come off. Nose light goes to the off position. Wing lights come off. Stove light stays on. Beacon light stays on. And nav and logo light stays on. We're in the managed speed position, so that means we are automatically climbing up to 325 knots, which is correct. We are gaining speed. Perfect. Don't really need to do anything on this. This is nice. Still climbing up to 13,000 feet. We got that in the managed position. Austin, Texas. Passing 3,000 feet, 12,300 feet. Still climbing up to flight crew to 13,000 feet. Roger Tower, climb and maintain flight level 270, Delta 6242. Okay, they've flown us up to 27,000 feet. Got 27,000 feet entered. We also put it in the managed position, so we're going to climb in managed mode. Still got the speed in the managed position, and we still got the heading in the managed position as well. Holding 320 knots, we are climbing right now. It looks like we're climbing at 3,700 feet per minute. Let's get our nautical range, flight crew. Let's put that out to 20 since we're above 10,000 feet. Right now we're at 15,700 feet. Coming up to 18,000 feet, flight crew, let's get our altimeter on the standard position. Perfect. Roger, Houston Center, Delta 6242. We will continue as planned. Flight crew passing 25,600 feet. Let's go ahead and turn our terrain off. Roger, Houston Center, Delta 6242, half the traffic in sight. Roger, Houston Center, Delta 6242. We will climb and maintain flight level 35,000 feet. Okay, flight crew, they want us up to 35,000 feet. Got it entered in with the managed climb position as well. Looks like as of now we are climbing at 2,500 feet per minute. Ground speed right now is about 461. Instead of doing that turn, should we just go direct? Let's do it. Let's go direct to Aches. Go direct, Aches. Cut out that turn right there. And that should update. We just go straight to Aches. There we go. A little more smoother on the flight path. Now we gotta fix our captain seat view. As soon as we get done turning, we'll fix it. You just want to scoot it forward about right. Back up a little bit, about right there. Okay. Come up a little bit, right? Alright, flight crew. Coming up to 35,000 feet. Right now we're at 34,500 feet. Don't forget our cruising altitude is going to be 39,000 feet. So we're just waiting for our last vector, which is probably going to come up now. I'm going to be proactive at it. Let's go. There it is, flight crew. Proactive. We saw that coming. Roger, tower. Climb and maintain flight level 39,000 feet, Delta 6242. Coming up on 35,000 feet. Going up to 39,000 like we mentioned, flight crew. Right now climbing about, it says about 1,000 feet. It says about, no, let's see. Yeah, about 200 feet per minute right now. Climbing about 200 feet per minute. Let's see, ground speed still holding 400 and looks like 87 now? 467 miles per hour. Take it outside one more time. Where's that turn? It's coming up. Let's keep it outside so we can see the turn to the right. And one. Oh, we dropped our speed. That's why. Got our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, so our speed dropped from our cruising speed to 240 knots. That's why it's taking so long to get to this right turn. All right, here it is, flight crew. Check it out. I thought flight crew, it was coming. I really did. I really did. I thought it was just like 2 seconds away. What is up with this? Man. All right, here. Yeah, I'll wait till it starts turning and then I'll zoom it out. We have it in the managed speed. I'm not used to going 240 at cruising altitude. That was pretty awesome. I like that type of return. I do. All right, let's jump back inside. 39,000 feet, that's our cruising altitude. Let's go ahead and now that we made that turn, fasten the seatbelt sign can come off. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now free to move about the cabin. All right, we made our call. Our passengers are now free to move about the cabin. Flight crew, holding at 39,000 feet. We are at 240 knots right now in the managed position. Everything is holding great. Turbulence so far has been non-existent. So we're good enough to let the plane go for a second on autopilot. Let's turn our heads for a second, get back on our flight plan. Let's go over our flight briefing one more time, flight crew. As always, if you just jumped on the stream, if you just jumped on board, welcome. I'm your captain, Phoenix Black Knight. This is a Microsoft Flight Xbox S flight. We are Delta 6242, everybody, as you remember if we were down on the ground, if you were with us. If not, we are Delta 6242. That's our call sign. We were just in Austin, Texas, and we just took off. We are on our way to New Orleans. We're in the aircraft 320neo. It's July 20th, 2023. Departure time today was 7:25 in the morning. Arrival times around 9 a.m. Airtime they gave us on this flight is 1 hour and 7 minutes. Block time they gave us to finish the flight is 1 hour and 35 minutes. Cruising altitude is 39,000 feet, which what we're currently at right now. We do have the fasten the seatbelt sign off. We do have passengers free to move about the cabin. Bulk fuel for the flight's 12,960 pounds, and total payload on board is 42,090 pounds. When we were in Austin, Texas, when we were there, we went ahead and went off of runway 18 right with the transition of I as in Igu, L as in Larry, E as in Elephant, X as in X-ray, Y as in Yo-Yo. That was our transition out of Austin, Texas. When we go down into New Orleans, we're looking at runway 11 with the transition of Odd Daddy 1. That's right, you heard me correctly. That is an Odd Dad 1 transition into New Orleans. AWDAD. Weather, when we took out of Austin, Texas, it was 102 degrees with clear skies. 102. When we go down into New Orleans, we're looking at 94 degrees with partly sunny skies. But we do lose degrees around 94. All right, flight crew, I believe that is it. Wind right now, just go up off the radar. Winds are holding at, I would say 12 knots right now. No fluctuation whatsoever. Holding strong at 12. Wind is blowing from our tail to our nose. Other than that, flight crew, that is it for me. I'm going to go ahead and put the microphone on mute and go to the chat. As always, I will see you guys on the top of the descent. So enjoy the ATC and enjoy the sounds of the plane. See you then. There's the ocean ice flight crew. There we go. Look at that. Nice, right? Let's see what it looks like inside. Our flight crew. There's the top of our descent right there. Don't need to pull our speed back. We do have our speed in the managed position already, so it's already pulled back to 240 knots. There's a little bit of that cloud coverage we talked about on our flight briefing earlier. Wind right now, flight crew, we're holding about 13 to 14 knots. Roger, Houston Center, Delta 6242. We will continue as planned. Roger, tower. Descend and maintain flight level 29,000 feet, Delta 6242. Okay, flight crew, they want us down a little bit. We're going down to 29,000 feet, obviously. We're still going to hold 240 knots. Managed position, managed speed is going to keep us in that position, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and hit our terrain out this time, out of sight, out of mind. Let's keep it there. We'll keep the fasten the seatbelt sign on at this time, off, because we're only descending at 240 knots, and we're going down to 29,000 feet. But we do have cloud coverage coming, so as soon as we get down to 29,000 feet, we're going to put the fasten the seatbelt sign on, because we do get clouds, and you know clouds bring turbulence. So we'll get it on when we hit 29,000 feet. Flight crew passing 30,500 feet, still descending down to 29,000. Looks like flight crew, just a patch of clouds. Looks like we're gonna clear through it. It wasn't look bigger from up higher, and definitely it's gonna end over there. We're 29,000 feet. We'll be okay. Let's see what the next descent vector is. Roger, tower. Descend and maintain flight level 23,000 feet, Delta 6242. Flight crew, wind is holding at 07 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, put the fasten the seatbelt sound on. Flight crew, let's prepare for approach. We're on Odd Daddy for another 44 nautical miles. Roger, tower. Descend to maintain flight level 13,000 feet, Delta 6242. Passing 20,400 feet, flight crew still descending down to 13,000 feet. We are holding just above 240 knots. That is 336 miles per hour on the ground. Still have 34 nautical miles left on the Odd Daddy. Actually, it's really Odd Dad. I just have to say Odd Daddy. Come on. But it's AWDAD. Dad. Come on. You gotta add Daddy to it. Just past 14,000 feet, flight crew, still descending down to 13,000 feet. Ground speed has dropped, we're at 295. Since we're at 13,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and take over the speed at net right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take it in the manage position. Right now we're holding at 240. Since we're at 13... Yeah, 240 is fine. To one more descent, and I'm going to pull back to 240 knots. Actually, I'm going to pull back now, actually. Let's go. $240 knots. Let's wait for it to get below 210 and we'll go ahead and activate flaps 1. $220 knots. There's 15. There's 10. Perfect. Let's go ahead and activate flaps 1. Altimeter still in the standard position till told otherwise. We have not been, haven't got the altimeter yet. But we are holding 200 knots with flaps 1, holding at 13,000 feet. Perfect. Let's take it outside. Roger Tower, descend and maintain flight level 7,000 feet, Delta 6242. Let's get our nautical range flight crew. Let's get it within 10 miles. Perfect. Passing 11,000 feet. There's 10,900. Let's wait till about 10,500 feet, then we'll go ahead and line it up. $10,500 feet. Let's light it up. Landing lights go to the on position. Nose light goes to the taxi position, and wing lights come on. Roger Tower, Delta 6242, clear to approach Audad, runway 11. We just got cleared to Audad and cleared to approach runway 11, flight crew. We are still descending down to 7,000 feet, still holding 200 knots. We are at 9,300 feet right now. They still have not given us our altimeter, which means we probably won't get it till our approach. I'm pretty sure we're just a straight shot right into runway 11. Yeah, flight crew. We are a straight shot right into runway 11. Don't forget, we have a localizer runway. This is an ILS, but if ILS does not come on, we will do a manual approach with visuals of PAPIs. Flight crew, and remember, if PAPIs are not there, we will be just plain visual. And if that doesn't work, we'll select another runway, if need be. We'll do a go around and select another runway. I'm pretty sure the top three will figure out just fine. No clouds in the sky, visual with this is 7:25 departure. Sun's coming up, no clouds. Visual's perfectly fine. And also the wind is at, what's the wind at right now? 0.8 knots. This is the lowest we've had the wind in how many flights? We usually average what, 19 knots? Anywhere from, I would say lowest 12 to highest, oh, what, 24, 25? Fluctuate. This thing is holding steadily at 7 to 8 knots. Maybe New Orleans is a secret. Flying the New Orleans. Calm winds as of today. Alright, flight crew. 7,000 feet right now and holding. Still holding 200 knots. ILS localizer is on. We haven't captured. There it is. Alright, just pulled on 29 miles out. "26 miles outside the runway, flight crew. Looks like we do have a localizer on. We have confirmed localizer's on 26 miles outside the runway. We do have our lineup right there coming up. As soon as that gets cold in the middle, we're going to hit that lock. But they want us right now down to 4,000 feet. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 4,000 feet, Delta 6242. Alright, flight crew, we're pretty much almost lined up with the runway. Let's go ahead and hit our lock. That will line us up. There we go. Move this to the left a little bit. Roger, approach Delta 6242. Continue the approach as prime. Oh, I didn't even hear. Is it 3002? That's right. Got our altimeter, flight crew. 3002. There we go. And they cleared us to approach as well. So right now we're descending down to 4,000 feet. We're at 4,500 feet. 20 miles outside the runway. Actually, we just dropped down to 19 miles outside the runway. Coming up 4,300 feet. Let's pull our speed back. We're going to go 190 knots right now. That puts us at flaps 2. Let's go ahead and activate flaps 2. Flap 2 is activated, holding 190 knots. 18 miles outside the runway. We do have our lock on. We're at 4,000 feet. I'm going to take our lock off and hit approach. So That will catch the glide slope when needed. 17 miles outside the runway. Let's pull our speed back one more time to 180 knots. That's going to put us at flaps 3. There's flaps 3. Oh. Let's pull our speed back to 135. We're going to start our glide slope. There's 135 knots in zenith. Let's go flaps full. Roger, New Orleans, Tyler. Delta 6242, cleared to approach. Flight crew, our wind speed right now is at 0.7 knots. Wind's blowing from our... looks like it's blowing from my nose to our tail. Glide slope is activated. We activated the glide slope, flight crew, and glide slope is engaged right now. Perfect. 14 miles outside the runway. Let's take our flight, our camera. Let's put it down here so you can see the gears come out. Oh, man. Sensitive. Here we go. American Airlines is right behind us. Yeah, alright, that works. Glide slope's activated. Let's pull our throttle back. Let's pull it right there. It's easier for the reversers. "12 miles outside the runway." Look to our left, flight crew. Look at that. Look at that. Cool. American 2007 had to go around. Tower told them to go around, so there must be some congestion on that runway. Check. Still clear to approach. Have not been cleared to land yet. We are 9 miles outside the runway, 2,100 feet from the ground. Seven miles outside the runway, flight crew. Still clear to approach, have not been cleared to land. Southwest 156 just got cleared to take off on our runway. We are on short final. We're 6 miles from the runway. Yeah, we're on a short final. And they just cleared Southwest to go take off. Plane better get up in the air. Roger, Tower Delta 6242, cleared the land. Alright, they want us to land. Gears come down. Cleared us to land, let's go. Gears are down. Let's go right here. You can see the reversers. Let's get our spoilers. Let's get those armed, ready for landing. Auto brakes, put those on medium. Runway lights. Alright. 1,000 feet, flight crew. My plane. Let's hit approach again. Flight crew. Flight slow says we're a little high. Pappy say we're high as well. We're going to push this nose down a little bit. There we go. Bring the nose up a little bit. We made that up. 500 feet. Continue. Continuing.
100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Goes down. Reverser's going. Jump inside the plane. 60 knots. Reverser stowed. Let's get our auto brake off. Ladies and gentlemen, and flight crew, welcome down. New Orleans. Exit runway whenever. We gotta exit the runway when able, which is about a little bit. We're rolling it out. Let's make a right here, flight crew. We'll stop short right before, yep, right here. As soon as we're off the runway. Go. Roger, Tower Delta 6242, we'll contact ground. Alright, engines to the neutral position. Let's clean our flaps up. Flaps are on full, we put those on 10%. Spoilers, let's get those disarmed. Let's go get our taxi brakes on max. ILS can come off. Flight directory can come off. Come up here, let's turn our APU bleed on. Let's turn on our APU master. Let's turn on the APU start. Let's turn that up. Landing lights go to the restriction position. Nose light goes to the taxi position. Let's get our wing lights off and get our strobe light off. We're ready to taxi. Let's go ahead and get our ground crew on the line. Find out where we're going for our gate. New Orleans ground. Ground services. Back. Taxi. Let's do this one then. Uh-oh. That's not good. It's not giving us a gate, flight crew. That is not giving us a gate. So we'll make our own gate then. That's fine. Let's make our own gate. Where is everybody? To the left or to the right? Looks like we're going to the left, flight crew. Airport's over there. We're going to the left. Let's go. Giving the engine some power. Releasing parking brake. Flight crew and passengers, are you ready? Here we go. Welcome down, New Orleans. Oh man, someone's shadow right there. You flight crew, you see that? There it is. It just took off Delta 1115. Alright, flight crew, let's make our own gate. Let's go next to that plane over there, since it's the only one that seems to be on the ground right now. And I do have that static. I bought that static where it puts the airport where the like Southwest goes in these terminals, Delta goes in this terminal. But the only problem is every time you pick the gate, there would always be a plane there. So I don't like having it because there was always, every time I load a gate, I'd be on top of another plane, no matter what gate you picked. So it's kind of annoying. But it takes away this emptiness for sure. It really does take away the emptiness. All right, flight crew, let's take this next one on the left. I think this is the taxi for right here. And let's take this one right here. Let's taxi into this one. Does this put us? Where does this put us? Right there? Yeah, here we go. So we can stay on that yellow line. All right, slow it down a little bit, flight crew. Slow it down a little bit. Since we don't have a marshal, let's cheat. Don't have a marshal. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna stop right there. Perfect. Inside. Engines to the neutral position. We're gonna go ahead and activate that parking brake. Parking brake is on. Let's go ahead and clean out those flaps. Flaps come up. Seatbelt sign comes off. Dome light comes on. Runway lights off. Nose lights off. Beacon light comes off, and let's turn off our nav light. Perfect. Flag is cleared. Did the terminal come up? Did it not? Let's go ahead and hit engine 1. Let's kill that. Wait for it to get to 20%. We'll kill engine 2. Actually, and as always, I forgot the stopwatch. Hour and 11 minutes with taxi. Hopefully, Microsoft does that end of the screen for us. It doesn't when I fly by myself. It did at least the last couple of times it did. So hopefully it does it here. Engine below 20%. Let's go ahead and kill engine 2. There it goes. Perfect. Hour and 5 minutes true flight time, flight crew. Hour and 5 minutes. That is not bad at all. Good flight. Let's see what SimBrief told us to beat. SimBrief gave us an hour and 7 minutes. Flight crew, we finally won a flight. We beat it by 2 minutes. On time by 2 minutes. And that was with the managed position as well. With our speed. We kept it in the managed the whole way up from takeoff for cruise. The only time I took over was on the approach, which I even pulled the speed back to 200 knots when we could have kept it at 210, something like that, flight crew. So the fact that we beat it with 2 minutes and on the managed position, I think we'll be okay. But shout out to flight crew Renee, who recommended the flight. Thanks, Renee. Thanks for being on board. Thanks for being part of the flights. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for recommending this flight to New Orleans. I really do appreciate it. Really do. Other than that, flight crew, I'm going to log off. That's it for us. That's it for us for the week. This was our final flight. I'm glad we ended it like this. We're not live again until Sunday, so enjoy the weekend. I hope you guys do have a great weekend, and I hope this flight made your day better if it wasn't going good, or it was just a cherry on top of a perfect day, flight crew. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for our flight out of New Orleans to somewhere else. I don't know, but it's always a surprise. But until then, you guys, I will see you then. Phoenix Black Knight, I'm logging off. See you later. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. Before I go, if you guys like the flight, if you like the content, please hit that subscribe button and hit that follow button, you guys, so you can go fly with us on Sunday and throughout the flights. We're really fun to fly with. So once again, hit that subscribe, hit that follow button. There we go. Have to remember to say that after every flight. So there we go. Now I'm out of here. See you guys later. All right, flight crew. They can't connect the jetway, so I'm just going to kill the game once again. See you guys Thursday.